welcome back to more Silent Hill on the Branch.
I would never have seen this stupid hole.
Yeah, so we had to tell Jamie where to go because, like I was saying in the last episode, in all the rest of the cases in the game, buildings that you can go into are pink. Except for the antique shop and the Silent Hill Town Center. And then I just noticed when she was on the map screen, there's another pink building down in like the lower right corner area I don't think that you can't go into. I don't even think you can get to it because I think those roads are blocked off.
No,
You just don't have it marked as blocked off yet.
And the building isn't even labeled. It's like the only building in the game that doesn't have a a lot of the buildings you can't read the label.
It could be intentional to just like throw you off.
I don't think so. I'm guessing it's probably either.
I mean, like, it's done as like a time waster, like to make people wonder, like, oh, there's got to be like some sort of super.
Oh, like can I go there in order to try to get you to explore more of the map?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm betting it was probably something like the cut content, probably. Something where the original plan of the game, maybe instead of going to the antique store or to the town center, you were supposed to go to that little. Maybe that was the antique store originally.
Maybe, and then they decided to move it so it was closer to the town center.
Right, and then maybe they added this content in town center and decided to move the antique shop so you weren't running halfway across the map three times.
in just a bit.
And then they just, the map assets were already existed, maybe, and they just didn't change it. So, those sorts of things happen in game development.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this supposed to be like a shopping mall?
Mm-hmm. It is a shopping mall. The escalator should be a dead giveaway. Where else do you ever see escalators besides shopping malls and airports?
Police stations.
Really?
No.
Oh. I see what you did there.
Really? Because I didn't.
Okay, up the broken-ass escalator.
Where else do you see escalators?
Oh, hey,
I mean,
map.
some office buildings.
Wait, where are you going, Harry? We want a map here.
Yeah, and this area also does feel kind of like it's maybe not finished, and it seems like there's no map, and it's a really short area. Like I'm wondering if this is something that was rushed. This whole area of the game,
Christ.
This whole section of the game here, always to me felt kind of weird and out of place.
You can't see it, but I am flipping the screen off right now.
Why, Jamie? Why are you flipping the screen off?
Hey, look, cover art.
Ooh, you got a little color there for a second. The picture went like color for a second on the...
Oh, I did not notice that.
It was very quick. It was like only for like a frame or two.
Am I gonna have to remember this sequence of symbols?
Nope. If there was supposed to be a puzzle here, it got cut.
It certainly feels like there was supposed to be a puzzle here, right?
Yeah, like I said, this whole area of the game feels like it's, if not incomplete, then half-baked.
Yeah.
And this I consider to be the weakest part of the game as a whole.
Because now I can't hear my fucking radio!
I mean, it might just be here to mess with your perceptions, like to make you think that, oh, this is supposed to be this, but it's not.
Yeah.
And maybe just doing it a little bit too much.
I don't know if I want to give them quite that. I mean,
credit.
I do. The people who made the Silent Hill games, I think, are very detail-oriented, obsessive people. And they are very meticulous in the designs of the game. But this was their first attempt. Right? So I don't want to give them that much credit. I think this game has a lot more flaws and rough edges than the sequels do. Particularly Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3. Silent Hill 4 has a lot of rough edges. Even though I still think it's a very good game. You can find a retro review of it on my blog. But yeah, this game has things that are kind of, don't feel like they were...
Oh shit!
Completed.
Yeah. I don't know if there were deadlines, maybe.
Probably.
Like I said, there might be cut content.
Okay. Okay then.
Like, there was not a boss fight at the end of the hospital,
No.
right? Like, this is...
Okay, time to switch to the fucking shotgun.
new
This
area.
this is basically the boss fight for the hospital, but it's not in the hospital. So it kind of makes you wonder if there's supposed to be a whole other, if this shopping mall was supposed to be like a whole level, you know?
And like the hospital was supposed to have its own boss, and then this was supposed to have its own, like this, plus the whole level.
Right, and I would anticipate, you actually go back to,
Okay, that's just not fair.
after this fight, you go back to a place that's like right next door to the hospital, and this caterpillar thing is going to turn into a giant moth. So I almost feel like what the original plan for the game might have been that you're supposed to come here first. There was supposed to be a level in the shopping mall that culminated with this boss fight, and then you go to the hospital,
Okay.
play that
there.
level, and then you fight the second part of this boss fight, which is the moth.
Are there more than one? Shit.
Jamie used all of her shotgun ammo, or is she just dying? Yep, Jamie used all her shotgun ammo.
Fuck.
So is there... Did she kill it?
Yep, boss fight over.
Pieces out.
Yep.
Boy, that broke a lot of extra like windows.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
That broke way more than it looks like it should have.
Yeah, well, you know. I'll have to try to remember to ask Jamie what she thought of this area after she finishes playing the game. To find out if she also feels like it was...
Or like after the session's over, or...
Well, no, because she's not going to have a real idea until she finishes the whole game.
Right, I guess.
Of how that level, this
Felt compared to
particular
the rest.
sequence feels compared to the game as a whole.
It felt really short.
Yeah. And like she had mentioned before, like those TV screens flashing the symbols, kind of looks like that should maybe be part of a puzzle, and it's not. You know, why is this area not, indicated on the map the way that all the other buildings are?
Is she
just
still
like...
in Otherworld?
Yes.
I don't like
And this is
this
one of the other
addition
reasons
of
that I
music.
don't believe in the parallel dimension thing, because there's sequences like this that don't seem to fit
I have-
in either real world or other world if they're two separate realities. This is kind of like an in-between or a transitionary
Okay,
thing.
Well, because I was gonna say, like, what if
Here.
there is like that in between, like this is
Where the
where
hell are we?
everything is combining to.
Well, the parallel dimension theory actually does have an in-between. Basically, there would be the real world, in which Silent Hill is an actual living, breathing town with people living in it, going about their daily lives, as if none of this is happening. And then there's the fog reality, which is, what in this game is basically the real world, the foggy version of the town. And then there's the other world where it turns
What
into the
the
industrial
fuck is
nightmare
that?
state. So, the parallel dimension theory would hold that there's 3 separate realities, and we just never actually see the real world.
Reality, yeah.
We're always in the fog world and the other world.
The in between and other.
And I firmly believe that no, there's one world, and
Everything's just morphing around.
You know
now.
what? No, I'd
Yeah.
rather face the fucking sand creature than that motherfucker. Because that was not the same flying thingy as I had been seeing.
pretty sure it was.
I think it was. Also, Jamie's forgetting about the fact that she can always just run.
That's true.
It's like the background music is getting intense.
Anyway, one of the things we were talking in the last episode
Or
about
not.
the Evil Within 2. And one of the things that I really liked about the Evil Within 2, one of the things that I really enjoyed, and this is going to kind of be spoilerish, so
know.
if you haven't played the game yet and you want to play it, maybe you might want to skip the next couple minutes.
Well then,
Maybe we'll even put a time code
onward
on
to
you
my doom.
to skip to. But in the first game, there's like the boss fights I hated because they're like obscenely hard, and I didn't like them at all. I died a bajillion times to most of the bosses in that game. Well, there in the Evil Within 2, there's this brief period that's like a boss rush gauntlet, where you actually play through in rapid succession 3 of the boss fights from the first game, except this time you have a machine gun and a flamethrower.
Ooh.
And you just clean their clocks.
Was that everything?
And it was super cathartic and just awesome. I loved it. That was a brilliant little addition to that game. That was just fantastic. Just kind of like it was basically the video game's symbolic representation of you taking the first game disc and barbecuing it. That's what it felt
then
like.
You put in disc 2, and then you get screwed.
Right, yeah, because this is Metal Gear Solid.
Or Final Fantasy.
That's true. The older Final Fantasies had multiple discs as well.
Hell, even the newer ones did too.
Yeah, on the Xbox.
Yep.
On the
which is what I had Final Fantasy 13.
Right, yeah. The PlayStation was on Blu-ray, so it was all one disc, as Otacon is happy to remind you of in Metal Gear Solid 4.
How does he remind you of it?
No, there's a sequence in Metal Gear Solid 4. I think it's in the chapter where you go back to Shadow Moses, which is the location that the first game takes place in. And it's at the exact place where you were supposed to have changed discs in the first game. Otacon calls up Snake on the codec and says, "Snake, it's time for you to put in disc 2," or something like that. And Snake's like, "What?" And then Otacon's like, "Oh wait, I'm sorry. We're on Blu-ray now. The whole game's on one disc." Because
what the fuck are you going on about?
Yeah, and Snake's just like, "Huh?"
Bad camera angle.
Because Hideo Kojima loves those fourth wall breaking jokes like that. So that was a fun little moment in Metal Gear Solid 4.
So you think there's going to be a Metal Gear 6?
Gosh. I don't know, because if there is, it will probably be... There will be more Metal Gear and Metal Gear Solid games.
Well, never
but they're
mind
probably
then.
going to take the form of slot machines, pachinko machines, and like little mobile free-to-play games. Because Konami seems to really want out of the console gaming market. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that Hideo Kojima spent so much of their damn money.
Well, when they also kicked him out of their club.
Yeah.
And said, "No, you
right.
can't have these
There
nice things."
a lot of bridges were burnt, I think, by both Konami and Kojima. But yeah, Konami has just, oh god, do not get me started on how much I hate Konami right now.
I can imagine.
I actually recently, at a Halloween party, talked with my old boss from my old job, and he actually recently had gotten a job with Konami, and the first thing I could think to say to him was, "I'm sorry." He's not in the video games part of Konami. He's in the actual gambling, part of Konami.
There's only 10 Konami game jobs left.
Yeah, probably. So all I could think to tell him was, I'm sorry and good luck with that. And he's like, "Oh, no, it's okay. The gaming part of the company is not insane.
It's all live and well and good."
Yeah. So, I wish him the best of luck. I hope Konami doesn't decide to shit can all that stuff too, the way they decided to completely burn down their entire video game library.
How do we mention
seemingly overnight?
How do we mention before the whole thing that was something with the Japanese Yakuza? That's why Konami's getting out of the video game thing. They're trying to basically bankrupt Konami.
We were not talking about that. No, I've never heard.
I mean, not me.
I've seen plenty of conspiracy theories about the whole deal with Kojima and Konami, but I haven't heard this one. So please continue.
I don't remember much about it because I read this it was months ago. It was back when you and Enick and John were doing, I think, Star Wars Road Leader or something.
God, was that months ago? Jeez.
That was a very many months ago. It was back when you guys were talking about Rogue One still.
Yeah, Rogue One was still new at that point, wasn't it?
I still haven't seen Rogue One.
Gosh, so that must have been January, February, something like that.
I
oh,
don't
jeez.
know.
No, I think it was in the summer, and Rogue One had been out for a while.
Yeah. Like I think it was like at the prospect of coming out on DVD
Yeah.
or something.
I can tell you, I am not looking forward to episode 8 at all.
Well, why not?
Putting a friggin' Furby in the teaser just...
There was a Furby?
Did you not see the...
I thought I saw it. I didn't see a Furby, though.
Chewbacca's new co-pilot, the little Furby monster, little Furby animal thing?
I don't think I paid it that much attention.
The thing that just is on screen for like 2 seconds and just screams and waves its arms around, and that's...
That's his new co-pilot?
Oh my... Alright, well, when we're done with this, I'm going to have to show you the Last Jedi teaser.
I mean, I'm
and...
not like some of our
get off me.
friends that...
No, Harry, no.
No, like images of it were posted online, and people thought it was like people were saying it's a hoax. Like at first, like a lot of people weren't taking it seriously
Until it appeared in the trailer.
Well, the trailer had already come out, but like there were people who hadn't seen the trailer yet who thought it was a joke. And no, there's one of the new characters is basically a Furby, and it appears to be Chewbacca's new co-pilot.
We'll have to see how that plays.
Yeah, I mean it's. I'm one of the people who doesn't like Ewoks. They're not the existence of the Ewoks in Return of the Jedi is not like a movie-breaking thing for me. Like Return of the Jedi, I think is still like it's okay, it's fine, it's decent.
They were a plot device.
Yeah, I think Return of the Jedi would have been better without Ewoks. But you know, they're not a movie-killing thing in the way that Jar Jar Binks was a movie-killing thing.
I don't know. I still think that they could have gone with the whole Jar Jar Binks as a Sith Lord thing, and it would have been good.
No. Even if they'd retcon that into the third movie, or if they retcon that into the friggin' 8th or 9th movie, that would not save the fact that the Star Wars prequels were terrible when they came out.
Well, yeah, because they had a lot of not necessarily great things going for it, but like if they decide to revise 1 through 3, I'm not against the idea of having Jar Jar be the bad guy like that.
Oh, so did
the overarching bad guy.
I don't remember if I talked about the idea
but I'm
that...
scared of mentioning such things because who knows, Disney may actually go back and remake episode 1 through 3.
Actually, that would not be a bad idea. Here's what I think Disney should have done, is they should have rebooted the original Star Wars trilogy. As a sequel,
New Hope and...
Yeah, as a sequel to the prequels, right?
And had it be its own new universe.
Right, and basically made it so that the prequels were essentially a reboot. And then after that blew over, what they could have done is then gone back and made actual good prequels to the original good Star Wars trilogy.
So get the bad first 3 movies out of the way and then do...
Well, or vice versa. Like, go back and redo the prequels. Yeah. And then after that's done, like, just as a, why the hell not reboot the original trilogy.
I have no idea where to go.
Well, you should go back into the police station. Because you should go back in. Like, for real. Because, to talk about the actual game that we're playing now. Yeah. Because she picked up the shotgun in the school, the police station, I think, now should allow her to pick up the hunting rifle.
Well, she picked up rifle bullets.
Yeah, she picked up rifle bullets, so she needs to go through this door.
Which was locked, though.
Here, and again, I have to point because she can't hear me. Oh, is there another door?
Because the only other door is, like, the behind the counter.
No, there's this one. They're both jammed.
Are they? Oh, I could have swore you picked up the rifle here.
Maybe
it was
just. Know where to go.
Maybe it was just damage. All right. Well, you don't go here. You go back. You follow. Actually, I'm trying to remember how the hell the game signposts where you're supposed to go at this point. Is there something marked on your map?
Like I don't.
Not yet. I mean, there's that. The hospital.
Oh, go to the post office.
Post office. I wasn't sure on. Do I go to the police station or do I go to the post office?
What's at the post office and why?
Again, like I said, this whole part of the game feels...
I gotta mail my ass
like directionless?
Out of this place.
Yeah. I don't know what happened with this sequence in the game. It does not feel like it's...
short.
This is like Lost Izalith in Dark Souls. It's just... It just doesn't feel like the developers were really giving it their A game when they put this part of the game together.
I mean... There's always going to be one part of a game that's not as good as the others, right?
It for killing my fear anymore, so
But yeah, like I don't know how. I still
doubt I
don't
will
know
scream
how
like
the
a little
player
girl.
is supposed to know where to go
You'll
at this
hear
point in the
copious
game,
amounts of cussing from me.
Well,
other than just running around the map until they
God.
stumble onto
Alright,
it.
Can you just, are you drunk,
I'm-
buddy?
I'm just trying
Can
to
you walk
think
in a
if
straight
there-
line, please.
I'm trying to think if there was something that was said.
Nope, I don't. I mean, basically, just she fought the caterpillar thing, and then it just smashed through the window and ran away.
We can't have nice things, Harry.
And I mean, like,
Just cats.
hypothetically, you could be like, oh, well, the post office is pink. Maybe I should check there. But you know, the
You would
place
have
you,
had to notice that.
the place you just were wasn't
really
pink.
creepy how they have
Right.
it
So,
down,
like at this point, you know, the game is broken with that precedent. So you would have no clue where to go at this point in the game.
I think there has to have been like something in the conversation with Sybil.
No, because the conversation with Sybil was before he even fought the caterpillar thing.
Yeah, but like I wasn't paying attention because you were talking at the same time I was.
No,
split
if
attention.
I mean, maybe if there was something there, then I don't remember it either. But basically, the conversation was that she said she was going to stay outside in the antique shop and watch Harry's back while he went in to investigate the little hole in the wall, and then he
never
you know,
came
he
out.
disappears. Sybil can't find him. She wanders off somewhere. Harry comes back and, you know, is in the other world, and, you know,
I mean, maybe
Sybil's
the-
gone.
Maybe
So
this section is just sort of meant to be like make the player feel helpless.
yeah, maybe. I don't think it is. If that's the case, then I think it falls more into the category of just like being annoying, you know,
Yeah.
than making the player feel like powerless or anything like
I
that.
didn't say they conveyed it well. I'm just saying. the
Yeah.
best they did.
Well, it definitely does. Like it is confusing, and it makes you not sure where the hell you're supposed to go. But it doesn't do that in a way that is
constructive.
yeah. That's a good way to phrase it. It's not constructively obfuscated. But this part, like I said, is I think the weakest part of this first game, because she doesn't have the hunting rifle, does she? At this point in the game, it is, I'm pretty sure, possible to have the hunting rifle. And
I don't know because, like I said, I've never actually played this.
And I could have swore that you got it from the police station.
I mean, I could look it up right now, just as like look for us kind of thing.
Yeah, sure. If you've got an internet-capable device.
I always have an internet-capable device on me, unlike Jamie.
That's
who
true.
Constantly leaves her phone elsewhere.
Well, that's good.
I wonder if she can hear me.
Because she's playing Silent Hill, so she shouldn't have her phone.
I hate these camera angles.
I don't know. Rifle. I like how Silent Hill Homecoming was the
But
first
I
one
know
that
there's a
popped up,
door.
though.
But I want to explore.
Oh, what were you searching for? Silent Hill rifle?
Yeah, I just searched Silent Hill Rifle and it was like Silent Hill Homecoming Rifle. Like, no, the original one.
I mean, like, I should see what's up here above these stairs before I go inside.
Yeah, not that it'll help, because you
Oh.
can't
I
go
don't wanna miss
inside.
anything.
There, okay, yes, she could have had the rifle by
Where
now.
do you pick it up?
Can find this weapon in the Silent Hill Town Center at the Mellow Gates gun shop.
Oh. Now I feel stupid. There was a gun shop in there?
Right? Imagine the mall having a gun shop.
Anything up here.
I mean, this is like the 90s. Right?
Yeah.
This game is supposed to
We're-
be picked around the 90s.
Not in, yeah. And this is like not Texas, so
Well, I mean that more as like a... I don't think I've ever actually seen like a gun shop in anywhere that wasn't just like its own building.
well, at Walmart sells guns.
Well, yes, I mean like they have a gun section,
Yeah.
but I mean like just going like down to the mall, it's like, oh, there's our gun store.
Right.
Like
No,
in the mall.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, not where we live anyway, but I would not be surprised if in other places.
Oh yeah, like in
Yeah, she's-
in a small town.
I'm confused because she's supposed to be fighting a boss right now. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe we somehow missed it.
No, like it was that giant moth. It just flew by on the top of the building, and she shot it twice, and then it didn't come back. So I'm wondering if she like bugged out the game
You know,
while fighting a giant moth. Get it? Ha 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 ha
with old games like this, I wouldn't be
See,
too
I'm
very
not
surprised
sure
by
how to
things
get
being
into
bugged.
this stupid building either.
You don't.
Fuck you, dude.
That's not the giant moth, right?
No, that is not the giant moth.
Because I think I looked away when the giant
Go
moth
the fuck away.
did
Don't
its
eat your
thing.
shit. I don't want any of your cookies.
Does she have to go back to the...
Does she have to have the rifle, maybe? Or is like... Because I don't, like I said, I've never played this game. Are all weapons
Motherfucker,
optional?
I told you I didn't want none of your damn cookies. Okay. I am pressing to get into the damn post office.
You can't get inside the post office.
Because it's only the on top area?
Yeah, it's just the
door
roof
does
that you
not
get
work.
up to. And when she gets up to the top, there's supposed to be a cutscene with a boss, but
But it
that
didn't trigger.
for some reason it didn't trigger.
She's got to be missing an item then, right? Like that's the only thing I can think of.
I don't think so. I mean, other than the rifle is the only thing that I can think of that she
Why
could
does
have
this
picked up at
damn
this
building
point.
have so many doors that don't work?
Back up to the roof.
I tried the roof door though. It was locked.
Try again. I don't know if it's gonna work. Like I said, it might be that maybe she stumbled onto a bug.
Maybe.
And not the bug she's...
We can always just not the intended bug. Like,
Yeah, not the intended bug, not the giant moth that she's supposed to be fighting, but, you know.
Unintended bug. We could just next time on the branch and try and figure out like what is going on.
All right, well, let's see if the cutscene triggers
this time.
first.
Keep going up.
But first, she has to beat her arch nemesis, the stairs.
Controller.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, you better not.
Yeah, that's not the moth. That's just some
Just a
rando...
regular enemy.
That's just some rando flying monster that should not be up here. This is weird. I've never seen the game do this before. This is one of the reasons
It's
that...
a whole new game.
I know, right? This is one of the reasons that I like
Locked.
playing games or watching other people play games, is because sometimes other players do shit like this
Sometimes shit just breaks.
and sometimes shit just breaks. I hope we don't have to like reload and do this whole section again. That will probably
That would
piss
be-
Jamie the hell off. But at least it would give her an opportunity to get that damn rifle.
Yeah. Well, I'd say we're at the point where we call it and go for...
Let her at least walk around the water tower
Yeah.
and see if the cutscene...
Triggers or...
And it does not look like it is.
So,
I don't...
next time we'll have hopefully figured out what the fuck is going on here.
Yeah, hopefully.
So, Jamie, say those words. Jamie, say
Next
those words.
time on the branch?
Yay! Jamie, the joke was you were supposed to say you were just supposed to say those words. That's the joke.